Yes, guys, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy, and we're gonna speak a couple of issues around Arsenal. Basically, not huge transfer rumors and not huge transfer, talk, because we've really spoken about that for for so long. And today we've had a very big show speaking about the huge transfer Arsenal rumors. But I want us to speak a couple of things. One, the right back situation. On Arsenal, we need to speak about that. I'm gonna share my views on that. Philippe Coutinho to Arsenal as well. Philippe Coutinho available, not to Arsenal, but available. And my thoughts on that. I mean, a couple of clubs have been interested and have been linked, including Arsenal, because we're looking for an attacking midfielder. So Coutinho has been linked as well. Antoine Griezmann has also been linked. So I would love to share my thoughts on Antoine Griezmann as well. And our preseason that is really starting very soon on the 13th of this month. That will be Tuesday next week. So please do make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the like button as well as the notification bell. I would love to thank everybody who's been supporting this channel for the past 1 month. You guys have just done something that I wasn't expecting, and it's marvelous. I mean, we reached 25,000 subscribers, and literally we are halfway to our road, because the road we are at the moment is 50,000 subscribers. So we just reached halfway the journey, and of course we are still going. It is just the beginning. But I would love to say a special thank you to everybody who has taken the initiative to smash that like button. A special thank you to you. You don't know what you mean to me. You don't know what, in terms of YouTube, it's the views, but it is the subscribers. It's the community for me. I was in trouble I think in January, February, I was in trouble in those 2 months. And I saw how beautiful this community is, and they saw how supporting the community is. And at this point in time that we have reached 25,000 subscribers, the community is growing. We are growing bigger. We are growing in size. We are growing in spirit. We are growing in understanding each other. It means a lot. And I pray all those people that have been on this podcast and they have left, just come back, so that the family actually becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. So thanks everybody. 25,000 subscribers. That is really massive. Point 2 is Philippe Coutinho. Now, lads, we were interested in Coutinho last summer, and we were desperate because we wanted to house him. He didn't sign, and one of our options was for Philippe Coutinho. Barcelona should have sold Coutinho last summer, because I thought there was nothing he was going to add to that side. There was nothing they were going to get from him, but because of Barcelona's poor transfer decisions, they decided to keep him now, because they want some money to keep to balance the books and keep Lionel Messi. They are saying, Philippe Coutinho is available. Who wants him? Look, and many Arsenal fans are still excited that we want Coutinho. We should sign Coutinho, because I've received a couple of comments. We should take Coutinho, and guys, it's a little bit unrealistic. Philippe Coutinho, even if it's 25 million pounds, even if it's 20 million euros or 20 million pounds, he is not a transfer I would do. He's not a player I would love to take. Yes, he's really talented, but look, he's become injury prone at the moment, and I think his output and quality at this point in time, he's no longer the Philippe Coutinho we know. We are too much in our heads. If you ask any Arsenal fan around the world, when did you last see Philippe Coutinho 10 consecutive games for a club? They don't remember. They actually don't recall. And that's what I'm speaking about, that we might want Philippe Coutinho. He is available at the moment, and many Arsenal fans want him, but is he that kind of player that is actually better than what we have? I would rather stay with Emile Smith as my number 10 for whole season than have Philippe Coutinho. I mean, I still remember how good he was at Liverpool. I still remember how speedy and strong he was at Liverpool. He's no longer the same man. We've got to accept that. So let us leave Barcelona to get to drown in their issues. Yeah, I mean, you love Coutinho, but realistically, it's not a good deal. You'd rather, if you tell me, let's Cossy, let's do probably a Miralem Pjanic, I would do that. I would think about Miralem Pjanic, because I think Piani comes in as a backup player now, but Filippo Coutinho, if you bring him in, he's coming in as a direct replacement to Mesut Ozil, to Martin Odegaard. Is he gonna give us 38 games or 36 games or 35 games in a season, or 31 games in a season? I don't think so. I think he's I think he's done. I think he's tired. He just needs to go somewhere, get some good money and get off the books. Now, apparently as well, like I said, Antoine Griezmann is also available, and with Griezmann, it's a little bit different. I would think about it, and I would take him at Arsenal. Look, if we sell Lacazette and Willian, and we decide to bring in Antoine Griezmann on loan, that is a good deal. But the only problem I have with Griezmann is if he comes at Arsenal, it's either he's hindering Nicolas Pepe's development, or is hindering Saka's development at the moment, or is going to overshadow the little chances Gabriel Martinelli actually would get, in that in the Arsenal side. And for me, at the moment, there is nothing more special than Saka's development, nothing more special than Pepe's development, and nothing more special and more important than Gabriel Martinelli. So, of course, Antoine Griezmann is a top player, don't get me wrong. If you brought him in, just imagine that side with Pepe, Griezmann, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. It's a top side. You're gonna score the goals. It's gonna, you're gonna be respected in the league. And I think eventually, if you do well, you can go back to the Champions League. As simple as that. But let's be more realistic and more open. Would Antoine Griezmann want to sign for Arsenal in the first place? He's available. Barcelona saying, let him go. We want to keep Messi. And this is the problem the players have with signing with clubs like Barcelona, who have a star man. They will do whatever it takes to keep their star man. So with Antoine Griezmann, if Arsenal can't pay the wages, if Arsenal are willing to pay the wages, let Willian go and Alexander Lacazette go as well. Yes, I'll do him. I'll do his deal. I'll do such a deal. I think it would be decent, but I'll do it only as a loan deal, probably with an option to buy, not an obligation, but an option to buy. But it's a decent player, and if anyone would love to take Antoine Griezmann, let me know down in the comments below. Right. So preseason is here. I spoke about it a little bit, so I'm not going to talk about how Arsenal is charging, because probably we've talked about that today and yesterday. But what we need to talk about is preseason is here, 13th, and no players have actually held Arsenal shots high. Yes, we have completed deals, we have done deals, but we don't have completed players. We don't have players that have been announced yet. Now, what that for me brings is a little bit of a deja vu at Arsenal. We are used to announcing players late. We are used to getting in these signings late, and what that does is players do struggle. You've seen Thomas Partey. The bigger part of preseason is not with Arsenal. What that causes is you're bringing in a player who's actually new, and he doesn't have enough time. Actually, he doesn't have enough time to fit into the system. He doesn't have enough time to learn, what the system is and how you guys operate. And that, for me, basically, that is the meaning of preseason. You bring in new players. They play, with you in the preseason. They basically get that socialization, that as much as possible. If you bring in an Houssem Aouar at the beginning of the season, and then you say 3 games in, it is Manchester City, it's Chelsea, Houssem Aouar starts. It's ridiculous. I mean, they've been playing Troyes, they've been playing Rene, they've been playing Guingamp, they've been playing Montpellier. You bring him on a Chelsea game, and he has not had the socialization. He doesn't know when Partey is going to pass the ball. He doesn't know what kind of passes, Emile Smith-Rowe reacts to. He doesn't know what kind of passes Aubameyang as a striker likes. Yes, you might have quality in Houssem Aouar, but preseason is so important to the new players. And that's why I believe many Arsenal fans were furious with our transfer dealings being a little bit slow. They have a point, and that is the only point. You've never talked about it. There is credit on your side, but don't give yourself too much credit. You've never talked about it. For me, preseason is all about who is ripe for the season. That's it. You could have Hector Bellerin, so good, probably in the previous season. Just giving an example, and then in the preseason it is Cedric. That is the good thing with preseason. So if you want to bring in around 6 signings, like it has been reported, And at the moment you're starting preseason without one player being announced, it's ridiculous. It's a little bit ridiculous. But our preseason starts, no signings announced. Where are these boys? Where are these new signings going to get the socialization? They are going to get the socialization. They're gonna learn the best practices of the club on the pitch and off the pitch while the season has started. So you have a new season that starts with Manchester City, Brentford, and Chelsea, and Tottenham Hotspur. You're coming from a weaker league, which is the French League One probably, or you're coming from a weaker league, which is Portugal for Nuno Tavares. And for me, what that shows is how unserious we are. These are mistakes that we have done over and over again. Over and over. Whenever it is the end of the transfer window, Arsenal is so busy. You're signing an Olivier Giroud somewhere. You're bringing a Santi Cazorla somewhere. I mean, what is so wrong with signing these players early in the market? I think we are a little bit lucky and blessed. Most of the signings we are trying to do, because many clubs have been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic and mismanagement of books, like Madrid and Barca. Many of the signings we want to make do not have that much of much competition. If we were to sign Bissouma, that would be a done deal. If we were to sign Buendia, that would be a done deal. Imagine Leicester City have had Patson Daka in, they have had Boubakary Soumare in. PSG have had almost 6 signings, the same thing with Barcelona. And what that gives you is, by the time the season starts, the players feel as part of the team. The players feel that kind of a bond. You know, the bonding takes place in the preseason. And for us, what we do actually is we don't get the bonding. Our players never get the bonding. So I don't know what you people think about that. And lastly, the right back situation. Look, I know we are really working so hard, but I don't want to be disappointed because Arsenal is capable of it. They're so capable of disappointing any fan at any time. The couple of right backs that I'm looking at: Denzel Dumfries, Jeremy Doku. I'm looking at, of course, the couple of names that I don't want to talk about, but they're also, they would be available. The likes of Max Aarons, the likes of Tariq Lamptey, they're really available. But I think what Arsenal doesn't understand is, if the season starts, it's going to be even harder to sign in players, because clubs want to keep their players. Clubs want to keep their best players. However much they want the money, but no, they know the moment you keep your best players, you have a fighting chance. If I'm Rene, or if I'm Lille, and I've lost Soumare, I don't want to lose my right back as well. I don't want to lose Renato as well. And at this point in time, there's a lot of time to negotiate the deals. There's a lot of time to get the deals over the line. But after some time, deals will not, will be very difficult. Clubs will be looking at, like, probably next summer. We'll try to manage the finances. So I think Arsenal has been very, very slow in terms of getting in a right back. And the reason there is we've been so slow in moving on Hector Bellerin. Very slow. It should have been up. For me, if I'm doing Arsenal transfer business, Bellerin is the first person to leave that club, and the first person I bring in is a new right back. Of course, Fabrizio says Arsenal will sign in the right back, and that makes sense for me. Honestly, it does make a lot of sense for me, because I really need a new right back. But we are so slow, and if you look at the right backs we are interested in, it even doesn't make sense. Tomayasu, Bologna, it doesn't make sense. We're not talking about the likes of Jeremy Doku. We're not talking about the likes of Denzel Dumfries. We're not talking about the best right backs. We're not talking about the likes of Max Aarons anymore. It looks like it's a joke. It looks like we are taking it as a joke, and for me, it's not really a joke. But what do you think about our situation on the right back? What do you think about our late signings? Because for me, it's late. It's late. If it is not less than 15th July, it is late. Players need time to get into squads and adapt and get the socialization. Otherwise, I'll speak to you tomorrow in the morning. Do smash a like on the video, and thanks everybody for smashing that subscribe button. We are on the second page of our journey. We've started it this July. Probably by December, if we get out, to our target by December. That's gonna be the most interesting part. Don't forget, we shall have the watch-alongs, for the Premier League. We shall have the match previews. We shall have the predicted lineups. We shall have what else? We shall have the match reviews, fan cams, as well as tactical and technical analysis of the game. So make sure if the season starts, keep it Cossy's Arsenal podcast. And obviously January is another stop where we can actually stop and evaluate the club and see who needs to come in and who needs to leave. Gonna have a rest. Please make sure you do have enough rest. If you don't feel well, especially in countries like Uganda where the virus has been a little bit strong, seek medical attention and make sure you keep social distancing. Distance, or did I say distances? Get your masks on. Make sure you have, whenever you have people around, get your mask, your mask on, and make sure you use it appropriately. Some people have the masks and then they just wear them below their lips or just below the noses. Try to fight for your life as who and probably the governments are trying to fight for your lives. We could have actually I want to talk about this as well. We could have fans back in the stadiums next season in the Premier League, and for me that is something interesting, by the way. Very, very interesting. I think the Arsenal team and the kind of football we are trying to play, you need a lot of confidence, and the home ground, the fans would actually give us that, because we need a lot of confidence. It's because we want to play from the back and then hold that ball in the midfield until we find we get the final product. So you need a lot of confidence. The fans can give you that, but it also means Arsenal making more money. Honestly, I know Cronk is happy. It means Arsenal making more money. So probably we could see fans back in the stadiums in August at in full capacity. That is it. I'll speak to you tomorrow in the morning. Make sure you do smash a like. Make sure you do subscribe, and don't forget to have some rest.